Hey, Conscious Habit listeners. My goal is to help support you on your journey of discovering how to live from your highest and most fulfilled self at home and at work. And in that vein, I have some thoughts I'd like to share with you today. So meditate on this. I had a humbling experience recently. I re-signed up for a gym membership. I have not had a gym membership since 2020 when the world shut down and we were not allowed to be within 6 feet of one another. Now, prior to 2020, between the time of 2016 and 2019, I had gotten into the best shape of my life. I look back at those photos longingly and think, what the hell happened? I would religiously go to the gym. There were no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I was going to be working out, moving my body, no matter what. Even if I didn't feel like it, I was going to go into the gym. Now, before this time, I was in the worst health of my life. 2015, I had gained more weight than I had ever had in my entire life. I had so many negative habits. And so from that 2016 to 2019, even into 2020 place, I just transformed a ton. And in going back recently, I've been working out consistently at home and, my own healthcare journey just out of the gym. What I have found is I used to really challenge myself when I was in that gym. So over the years, the way I have challenged myself has slowly started to drop off because I showed up at that gym. And the first humbling experience, number one, I didn't know what the hell most of those machines did. I was looking at them like, well, this is different. The gym has changed in 4 years. Who knew? The equipment looked totally different and operated differently. That was humbling experience number one. Humbling experience number two, my mind instantly went back to the weight that I used to be able to do on those machines. And I was quickly reminded that that is not who I am anymore. If you find yourself in this space where you are starting over, maybe it's in a relationship, maybe it's in a job, maybe you started a company, or it is with your own health and you find that you keep going back and comparing some other place in life that you were in this romanticizing way and beating yourself up because you're not there or you had to start over. Oof, this podcast episode is for you. By the way, I'm going to save it and go listen to it again when I need this reminder next time I show up to the gym. Here's the things we need to remind ourselves of when we're starting over. Number one, we're not the same person we were, and that is okay because other things have shifted. We have learned, we have grown, we have expanded in other ways, and we're not going to be that person again. And that is something to be celebrated. That is called evolution. Number two, that version of us that we often look back on is fully romanticized, as I mentioned, and we are forgetting all of the other shit that was going through our heads and the turmoil and the frustration that we were experiencing and the self-doubt that existed then, just like it might now. We tend to look back and only remember the good things because our brain likes to filter out negative, especially if we're trying to find a place in time where this was easier. It's going to say, okay, well, let me just sort out all of the negative stuff that was happening then and only show you all of the positive files. So we are romanticizing the hell out of that time. And you have to remember that even if we can't access those memories, we were experiencing some challenge and frustration with ourselves, even in the midst of the time and place that we think was the grandest in our lives. And number three, it's not about perfection. It wasn't about perfection then. Maybe that's what we thought we were striving for, which caused some of that frustration that we have forgotten about. But now this isn't about perfection. It's just about progress, and it's about progress daily. So wherever you are and starting over, maybe it's a new relationship and you're like, ooh, I'm romanticizing how easy or what things were like in my old relationship. Starting over means how can I see both myself in this situation with a clear lens in this present moment, doing the right things right now, working on progress, not perfection. If I'm starting over with my health journey or body, how can I go through this process with curiosity of what is going to work for me now? I can't just force myself to be who I used to be and eat and operate and work out like I used to. I'm not that person anymore, and that's okay. What's required right now? If you are starting a new business, or maybe it's a new position, to, open our eyes and our hearts to the experience of the newness instead of feeling frustrated and scared that we don't have it all figured out and we don't have all of the answers right now. Can we see it as this fun unfolding of an adventure that allows us to grow and understand new things in new ways instead of going back to trying to hold on to some past comfort zone that has long outgrown us? And thank goodness. It's okay to be humbled. It's okay to start over. This gives us a chance to lean in and be more conscious where we stand today.